Hey everyone, good evening. Johnny Trucking here, back at it. So tonight I'm here at our Laredo terminal, and I just decided to go for a little walk here. I'm awaiting a load, but I haven't been assigned one just yet, so I got a little bit of free time to just kind of relax a little bit and go for a little walk. I just thought I'd maybe go for a walk and bring y'all along and chit chat with y'all for a little bit. Of course, for those of y'all that haven't been paying attention, the channel officially reached 1,000 subscribers the other day, and I just wanted to say thank you all so very much for subscribing, continuing to watch the content, and continuing to give me your feedback on the content. Not all the content is, gonna be 5 stars and gonna be what people want, but hey, that's what I have y'all here for, to give me that constructive criticism and make me feel loved and make me feel hated at times. But but it's been quite the journey till 1,000. When I coming to think about it, guys, I want to say it was about a year ago that I started this channel, because it was about, I think it had to have been maybe the first week that I was in Crowder, and today actually, because what's today, Monday, so I think it would have been yesterday. I think it would have marked the very first day of class at Crowder last year when I went to school, to trucking school. So it's been a year since I started trucking school, and it's pretty crazy to think about now that this is a year later. I started a YouTube channel, I think later on that week, and I had little to no expectation, to be honest with you guys, because I had up until that point my own YouTube experience, or social media experiences, had been in your generals, Instagram and Facebook and all that. And then I got into YouTube under another channel that still exists out there, JT Teres Productions, and it's actually a channel, if you look it up, it actually still exists. I think it has like 33 subscribers, and I was trying to make that work at that point, and I was trying to try to find my niche, and it was kind of difficult. I thought, maybe try gaming because people like gaming. Maybe try Pokemon cards because I love Pokemon cards and people love Pokemon cards. And there was some moments where I felt like it was starting to kind of take off a little bit, but then everything slowed down completely. And I tapped out at about 33 subscribers, and I think it's still at 33 subscribers a year, over a year later. And that was just kind of like, it was a little bit of a disappointment to me. And I was just kind of like, man, I don't know how this YouTube thing works, and maybe I'm not doing something right, because I feel like a lot of these guys they blow up, right? And that's just what happens in this field. But for me, it didn't. And so I went back to the drawing board, and then when I became a trucker, I had thought, do I want to try this again? Like, do I want to try to do YouTube again? But it didn't work for me the first time, so I had a really bad taste in my mouth about it. But if there's one thing about me that y'all need to know, is that I don't take failure too kindly. I don't take too kindly to failure. So if I feel like I failed something, I'm gonna come back 10 times harder the second time around. And so when I started the YouTube channel for the trucking, let me make sure I'm good to go. I don't want to make sure that this guy's not trying to back up or something. Oh, we're good. It's a little chilly out here. But anyway, so when I started the YouTube channel for the trucking channel, or for trucking, I know what I needed to do better. I needed to focus on content. I needed to focus on just being a little bit more being organic about who I am and what I talk about, and honesty and things like that. And I thought, well, my expectation was, I want this thing to take off, but I'm not gonna force it. I felt like with the other channel, I was forcing it a little too much. Like, I was just begging for subscribers, and I was begging for this, and I was putting in like way too much, like way over effort and too much time into it. I'm passing the trucker, so I might get loud for a minute. But so the second time around, that's where I decided to kind of change things up with how I approach this. And lo and behold, a year later, it's starting to work. And I understand that, you know, how you view success is up to you. And for some people, success to you may look like, I need like 100,000 subscribers, or I need 2 million subscribers. I need to be the next Dream, or the next PewDiePie, or you know, any one of those guys. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be those guys that make just an ass load of money doing this YouTube thing, and they take off really quick. And even just in the trucking industry, in the YouTube community, there are a lot of people out there that they've taken off, and within their first year, they already had like 100,000 subscribers or this and that. And it's like, that's fine, that's okay. And it's just how you yourself view success. And for me, when I started this, I did not think that I would end up with 1,000 subscribers by the end of by a year's time. I thought, you know, if I work it the way that I work it and I put it out there, I might end up with like 500, 600, maybe even 700. I thought my goal was always to get to 1,000 first, right? I just knew that it was going to take time, because, you know, these things take time, and sometimes you launch and sometimes you don't. YouTube's a funny thing. Like, you have to play with the algorithm a lot to try and get you those views and those clicks and whatnot. But I've kept at it, and here we are now. And I'm very, very proud of myself for this achievement. This is a really big achievement for me, and I'm not gonna stop here. You know, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep building. I'm gonna keep growing, as not just on this YouTube, thing, because I want to make it very clear that YouTube is not my first priority. I want to make that clear to everybody out there. YouTube is not my first priority. That is not what I am looking for to launch myself into, you know, into financial stability. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out here that's what they want to go for, and that's their goal, and that's okay, that's fine. But for me, that's not my goal. My goal is still to come out here and be the best truck driver that I can be every day, and continue to grow and expand on this career. Because this career, being a truck driver, is going to get me what I want in life. It's going to achieve my career goals. And so doing the YouTube thing, that's just kind of, you know, now I can look at it like as a side job. You know, this is the side job. This is the side hustle. And if I can make a little extra coin on the side hustle, fine, so be it. But I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be my number one. It's not my number one priority. And I don't want to deter anybody from thinking like, oh, he doesn't give a crap about his content or how he does it or anything. It's like, I really do. And I put a lot of work into editing and compiling video footage and stuff like that. It really is a second job, but it's not my top priority, because I need to make sure that no matter what I do, no matter how I record things and how I do this content and all that other bull crap, at the end of the day, I need to make sure that I am the best truck driver I can be. I don't need to be the best truck driver in the world, but I think I can be the best truck driver that I feel I'm capable of being. That means being 100% safe. That means being on time to my deliveries and my pickups. That means being a really, really safe driver out there, and making sure that I don't make any stupid mistakes and any bonehead mistakes. You know, shout out to bonehead truckers. But but you know, that's my main goal. This YouTube thing is a secondary goal, and it's something that I always wanted to see if I could do it, and evidently it's working. I don't know what it is, but something's working. Y'all apparently like what I put out there for some reason. Or hey, even if you hate it, maybe you want to watch because you want to see me fail, or you want to see me do something bad. Fine, keep watching. I appreciate you too. I'm not going to, but I appreciate you watching anyways. But yeah, guys, but on the real, man, thank y'all so much for all of the support that y'all have given me over this past year. For those of you that have been here since day one, that were a part of my first 50, thank y'all so very much for sticking out, watching the content, keep on pressing those like buttons, all that fun stuff, everything like that. I appreciate y'all so very much. And then to everybody else that's come along the way, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all very much as well. And thank you so much for the continued support. And to the trucker community out there, to the people that have given me so much advice, either whether it be on this platform or just in passing or here at CFI, thank y'all so very much for all the information, for all the advice. I cannot tell you, that kind of stuff goes a very, very long way with me. I'll never ever be able to pay every single one of y'all back for what you've given me, but what I can promise you is that I will continue to come out here, be the best that I can be, apply everything that I've learned correctly, and pay it forward myself. That's the biggest part of what this channel is and is going to continue to be. Speaking on that, right? This channel's not going to change as I go on. The first 1,000 doesn't mean, all right, I got my first 1,000, now this is where I tear everything down and change it into what I really, no. Everything stays the same from here. Nothing changes, in my opinion. So everything stays the same, nothing changes. We continue doing the stuff that we usually do. We're gonna pick up loads, we're gonna drop off loads, I'm gonna show you all how to do different things as I learned them myself. I'm gonna give y'all reviews on all kinds of stuff. Nothing changes here, it stays kind of mostly the same. But I've really enjoyed doing all this stuff, but it's been a blast, man. And I can't just, this next step, this next chapter of this whole entire thing, I'm really, really close to approaching 1 year as a truck driver, and I can't believe that either. So the rookie year is about to finish. Then we get into year 2, and that's where I really feel like, you know, my goal was make it a year out here. My goal was make it 1 year out here. Do it, get it done. Get 1 year done out here. Do it all. Do all 48. And at this point, I'm 1 state away, and they haven't sent me there yet. I haven't been to Maine, but I've done 47 states. Haven't done 48. Like, I want to get that under my belt, but I'm not gonna force them to send me to Maine or anything. But 1 state left. But amazing, right? 47 states in a year's time has just been, it's what I wanted. It's what I wanted to do. So now in year 2, let's perfect everything. Let's create some new goals on what I want to be as a truck driver in year 2, right? So I'm really, really excited of where the future holds with things. And I mean, I feel very, very fortunate, and I feel very, very blessed for all this, you know. It's been my road in life, and you know, and in my growth as a human being and whatnot, at times it's been challenging, as it is for everybody, man. Everybody goes through trials and tribulations in life, and everybody feels like they're not getting what they hoped that they would get out of life, or that they try, they do put their best foot forward. You're told to put your best foot forward, and you do, and you still don't feel like you get what you deserve out of life and stuff like that. And I can relate with y'all, man. I really, really can. I'm not saying my life has been terrible or that I had a really tough upbringing or anything like that. Everybody has their own definition of what was tough growing up in life, or how life has been tough for them. But you'd be kidding. Not a lot of us are privileged. You'd be lying to everybody if you didn't say you went through something, or you still are going through something and you're trying to figure that out. The only thing I can tell you is keep fighting. Don't ever stop fighting. I always fight for my dreams, even if they don't come true sometimes. I fight for them like hell. because at the end of the day, I can go back and look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what, you're a fucking fighter. You fought for what you wanted. You lost this fight, man. It's okay. You're gonna lose some, but the moment you start winning, that's the moment where everything comes full circle and you feel like you're a damn champion. And that's what I feel like today. The grind doesn't stop, the challenges don't stop, the building doesn't stop, but it's okay to take a step back sometimes. I feel like you actually won. And it's okay, man. But that's what I can tell y'all is keep fighting. Whatever you believe in, keep fighting. Don't ever stop. Keep fighting for what you believe in. And if you are that passionate about what you are doing in life, you're gonna win. You ain't gonna win all the time, but you're gonna win sometimes. It's gonna feel pretty damn good, I'll tell you that much. Oh man, I think I've rambled on long enough. I don't know. I decided to go for a walk, and when I go for a walk, my mind starts kind of thinking, and it's actually, I like going on walks because it actually clears it. I feel like after I'm done with the walk, my mind is completely clear. I got a blank canvas and let's go again. I let out any kind of frustrations or any kind of thoughts or anything, and then I'm good to go, man. And today's walk is actually, it's not a frustration walk, it's a reflection walk. And I feel really, really cool. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna share it with y'all because this is me being real. Not that I'm not always real when I record things, but like 100%, this is me just being 100% real about how I'm feeling today. I'm just so very grateful. Where I'm at, once again here, you know, just to kind of put a bow on this whole thing here, is I'm in Laredo. This is our Laredo terminal. That's what you've been seeing this whole time that we've been walking. This is the Laredo terminal, and this terminal is probably, with the exception of, I'm trying to think just to make sure before I say this, I think with the exception of the Joplin terminal, I think this terminal, as far as the yard is concerned, is the biggest one. Because as far as CFI goes, now this is not counting Heartland Express terminals anymore, or yet, because I haven't been to all of them, so I can't speak to say how they are in comparison to the CFI terminals. The Heartland Express terminals that I've been to two of them, and one of them was pretty decently sized, and the other one was kind of small. But as far as CFI is concerned, CFI has three, let's see if I can count the big ones, the big CFI ones, because Transport America ones we don't use anymore. So there's Joplin, of course, in Missouri. There's this one here in Laredo. There's the Seagoville one. Atlanta was one of the big ones, but we don't use Atlanta anymore. That's Atlanta's now Heartland Express. Man, I'm trying to think. There's got to be more. I don't know why I'm spacing out on the terminal locations. Oh, there's also one in Taylor, Michigan, but that one's really small. And I think I've actually shown y'all what that one's looked like before. But that one in Taylor's really tiny. It's really small. It's one of the smaller ones. But I'm trying to think, because I think mostly now, and feel free any other CFI employees to correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say, West Memphis. Can't forget about West Memphis. But I think that's all. I mean, because most of the other ones that were spread out throughout the country were all Transport America ones, and those are no longer CFI. CFI no longer has access to those anymore. We're all utilizing Heartland Express terminals. So what's nice about that is that those Heartland Express terminals are pretty much almost in the same locations as the ones that we lost from Transport America. So there's really not that big of a difference between what we lost and what we gained. So it's kind of nice. So it's not too bad. Like for instance, we lost one in Mechanicsburg, and that was kind of nice because that was kind of the in-between Pennsylvania terminal that I would stop at a lot when I was going through Pennsylvania. And if I didn't feel like I wanted to try to fight through the terrible truck stops in Pennsylvania, you know, I would always just go to Mechanicsburg. Well, then Mechanicsburg, they told us no, but they gave us access to the Carlisle, Pennsylvania one of Heartland Express, and that's where I go now. If I'm going to Pennsylvania, I'm going to go to Carlisle and stay there. But anyways, This terminal here, this Laredo one, is probably the one that's the biggest one, if I had to say, other than the Joplin one. Like I said, anybody in the comments who works for CFI and wants to challenge me on that, I'm not saying that I'm 100% right. I'm probably wrong, but I would have to believe that as far as yard spacing is concerned, this is probably the biggest terminal in that's CFI owned, right? That's not a Heartland Express terminal. And so this right here that you're seeing that truck pull out from, that's the inspection bay and the repair center, the repair bay. What this CFI, the difference between this one and the one in Joplin and the one in Seagoville is that this one, they do not do tractor repairs here. They only do trailer repairs here. So what you'll do is when you pull in, you'll pull into one of those bays over here, and in one of those bays over there on the far with my far right, it's the far left as you're driving in, but it's my far right now. They're driving to one of those bays. They'll check in. They're gonna do a whole entire trailer inspection. If they feel like anything's wrong with the trailer, they're gonna tell you to either come back out and pull it around and go around the building this way and come over here to one of the repair bays. And they're either gonna, they're gonna do the repair quickly. If it's a repair that's gonna require more time and more work, like let's just say they're like, oh crap, we need to do a four axle brake. We need to do all four axle brake, brake repair, and whatnot. Then they'll probably just tell you, go drop it over here, which we'll go walk over there and here in just a second. And they'll tell you to drop it over here. You'll drop it over here, and then you'll go and take your bobtail over there to the other side where I was, where you saw those other trucks. And that's and then if it's a loaded trailer, obviously you'll go check in with dispatch and you'll tell them, hey, my trailer's in repair. I don't know how long it's going to take them, but I should be able to make this drop, or I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to be out of hours, so can you get somebody else to do it, kind of thing, right? Whatever the case. Sometimes you'll roll through the inspection bay and they'll tell you, hey, you're good to go, nothing's wrong. And then you'll just drive it over to the other side and you can park it anywhere in the lot that you want to stay out, if you're going to stay overnight or anything like that, while you wait to go and do your drop. In Laredo, you can go and park it anywhere. There's a little idle air section over there you can park it at, or you can just park it anywhere in the lot. So this over here, all these trailers over here, these are all repair trailers. These are all ones that they've either repaired or they're working on. So this is where they'll tell you if they want you just to drop it instead of just wrapping around. They'll tell you to come over here and drop it over here for repair. So you see the yard dog will then pick it up and he'll take it into the bay and go and he'll take it into the bay and get it repaired. So that's what he'll do there. I don't think he saw me, I waved at him. So yeah, see, he'll take it there, they'll do the repair, and then after they're done with the repair, then they'll drive it into the main yard and leave it in there, and it'll be an empty that they'll put on the list if you need to pick up an empty. Over there, if you see right over here, that building right here, it's a little small building right there, that's the wash bay. So that's where you'll go that's where you'll go before you leave to get your truck washed and your trailer washed. And there's two nice gentlemen that are always there, really nice dudes. They do a pretty good job of making sure your truck's nice and clean coming out of this Laredo terminal. This is one of the only two one of the only two that I know that have a man station. Where's the truck coming? So let's get out of the way real quick. They have a man stationed wash bay. Once again, I could be wrong about that. Maybe I'm just not noticing, but that's what I noticed. You'll see a lot of this. You'll see a lot of bobtails parked over here. You'll see a lot of bobtails parked on that side. It's just a matter of how you want to park. Fuel station, fuel bays right there. Scales right here on your way out to scale. And this, my friends, when I say Laredo sucks as far as traffic is concerned, this is what I'm talking about. That's Mines Road right there, right here. Mines Road goes all the way down to the highway, to Bob Bullock Freeway, and then you take Bob Bullock Freeway to get back on I-35 north if you're going north of Texas, or to North Texas, right? But this is what Laredo looks like. It's about it's probably about 7 o'clock right now. This is what Laredo looks like on the daily. It's insane what Laredo looks like all day long. This is what it is, and it doesn't die until like 10 at night. It's like it's just like that all the time, and that's what makes Laredo very frustrating to drive in, because it's always a clusterfuck, man. I tell you. But yeah, you'll see a lot of bobtails parked here. This right here is the main terminal. That's dispatch right there, in that door right there. This is the lounge area right here. Bathrooms are over here to the right. On the other side, you'll see you'll have the laundry room and the lounge area and stuff like that. Over here, a nice little overhead patio here. So you'll see that. Let's see, gate's closed. That's fine. I'll go walk around. I didn't bring my card with me. Oh, you might have a gentleman that come over and go, yeah, I didn't bring my card with me. Left it in the truck. Appreciate you, bud. There you go. Nice guy. All right, so yeah, we got overhead patio here. We got this is employee parking, so anybody that's working in the terminal will park here, or for drivers that do slip seat, or that are daily drivers, or that just want to park their cars here and then go on their OTR runs, and then when they come back home, they come and pick up their cars and go home. They all park them right here. They'll park it right here. And see, look what I'm talking about. Look at all those cars over there. Fucking Laredo, man. Anyways, we come over here and we're back to where we started, which is, this is the bobtail lot here. So if you're waiting on a load, you're parking overnight, you're more than likely gonna park in any one of these areas here. You got one row here, one row over here, one row here, another row over there, and it can go all the way to the back. There's a little dirt lot entry right there. They just opened that up, so you can park in that little dirt lot entry if you want to go and just kind of hide from people. You're more than welcome to. I'm gonna try to stay away from the noise for a minute, because it's gonna get real noisy once I start walking in between those trucks. But yeah, that's what this is here. And then as you go past these, you go right back to the lot. So I think this is a pretty big lot. What I like about this lot being as big as it is that it gives me a place to do what I'm doing right now, which is just walk around and do some exercising. And I don't feel like I have to I don't have to go out to the street to go and do some like cross-country walking or cross-country running or anything like that. I can just do it right here in the lot, going all the way around and all the way back around. You know, I don't feel like, and I'm in the confines of a nice fence. Nobody's gonna kill me, nobody's gonna hit me with their car or anything like that. They might hit me with their truck if I'm not careful, but that's about it. But yeah, see, they opened up this little dirt lot here, so now you can put trailers and all kinds of stuff over here now. This wasn't open a little while ago. They had it all coned off, but now I opened it up. But yeah, this is it. And right now, today, ooh, there's a lot of trucks here today. I think when I went on to the on board to wait for a load, I want to say I was like 60th in queue when I started the day, and now it's like, whoo, yeah. So I'm probably not gonna get a load the rest of the night. So I'll probably just shut it down for the night here in a little bit, and then I'll just wake up in the morning and see what they got for me in the morning and go from there. We got Thanksgiving coming up, so I'm only gonna be on the road for probably about another week, and then I'll go back home and, you know, go home for just Thanksgiving and the day after, and then get back on the road again as we approach the end of year one. Kind of crazy. But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all coming along for me on this walk. I'm gonna finish it up. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of jogging here, just to kind of get a little bit of a sweat going. But I appreciate y'all joining me tonight, and I hope that wherever y'all are at, wherever you're watching from, that you're having a great night. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Thanks for watching, subscribing, liking all the videos, and if you haven't already done so, go ahead and do that. Helps me out a lot. Y'all have a great night, guys.